New at 6, reality is setting in for some local independently owned music venues. Late word that the iconic Rex Theater is closing has several businesses on edge and concerned about the future of their industry. Amy Wadas is live with the fears many of these venues are facing. Amy.
Kim, the Rex Theater made the announcement on Facebook yesterday saying it was just too much to remain open, especially with the future being so unknown. So they decided to close their doors for good. And now many local music venue owners say they are also feeling the pain. Francis Muzuraka and Skylar Schull, members of the band The Roof, sat outside the Rex Theater for hours to pay tribute to a venue that is no more.
I can't even begin to say how bummed out, I'm sure everybody is.
Needless to say, so are other music venue owners.
We're constantly fighting a battle that we don't make the rules for.
Charlie Stage, owner of the Craft House Stage and Grill, considers himself one of the lucky ones, since some of his revenue comes from the bowling alley he owns next door. But he says he's still taking a huge hit when it comes to live shows.
From a national traveling level, it's zero since March. You can't have crowds, people cannot be standing. Have to be at a seat, have to be at a table, limited on times we can serve alcohol.
Mr. Smalls in Millvale recently opened their coffee shop to try to make some cash, but the owners say it's still a stretch.
Without some kind of funding opportunities coming down the pipeline, I think a lot of venues are in danger of facing the same fate that the Rex is facing.
Dozens of businesses in Pittsburgh are pushing for Congress to provide federal funding by passing the Restart Act. The bill was introduced in May and would provide funding for the hardest hit industries. Congressman Mike Kelly backs the bill but says it hasn't made any progress just yet. Meanwhile, some local promoters like Brian Drusky have been trying to get local funding, but he says he hasn't had much luck either.
We've already went down that road. The URA, any grants are like a couple $100. A couple $100 isn't going to do anything for a year and a half.
Now, Brian Drusky says he has also reached out to the county for help with no luck. I reached out to the county for comment, and I'm still waiting to hear back from them. Meantime, the city says Mayor Peduto has directed more than $12 million to small businesses, organizations, and residents impacted by the pandemic, and has called on Congress to approve more funding. Reporting live on the South Side, Amy Wadas, KDKA News.